It's your relationship with your maker. Have we ever gotten complacent, just taking for granted all the blessings we have? Or gotten resigned? That's the way it's going to be. It's never going to change. And then started getting bitter and resentful. Seeing other people being successful or having what they maybe want in their life and you don't have what you want, or maybe you want what they have, which is not necessarily, that's another video. But this is all food for thought. So the first thing we could do is interrupt that pattern and go, ooh, let me just take a step back. Do I want to feel this way? Is this how I want my life to be? Am I being complacent or resigned to things are just the way they are? I am just the way I am. Or are you willing to ask a more powerful and profound question? How do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Let's leave with this final thought. And this is just a sort of a riff at the moment, just thinking about this idea of the complacency and resignation. At a moment, some of you, if you know who I am. Hi, I'm Doug. Nice to meet you. Have you been listening to The Real Deal? And this is an opportunity where I do a lot of interviews and I interview really successful people and learn what makes them tick and how they've overcome obstacles and so forth. So if you haven't already gotten on board with that, go for it. And on my journey, one of my oldest and deepest mentors, Tony Robbins, I was blessed to work with Tony. I was on the road with him for about 4 years as a national speaker, senior peak performance strategist, and as a master practitioner and trainer of NLP. I've been really focused on learning how people think, learning how people learn, how they grow, how they contribute, how they become more. And in that process, I remember, and this is the final thought, I remember being at an event with Tony, and I had a moment, cathartic moment perhaps, where I got to question my relationship with God. And I don't know what your belief system is on God, what your relationship is with God. And I'm not here to tell you how or what it should be. I'm just going to share mine for whatever that's worth. And there's an old saying where we're told we were made in the image of our maker, right? We're made in God's image. And that resonated with me because I figure, the whole metaphor, again, if you're going into the Christian and Jesus talked about God the Father, right? And the relationship with the otherness, with the universe, with God, with the undefinable, personified in a way that you and I can understand. And that may or may not be the physical attributes, but it probably is more about the spiritual, about how we show up, about our personality, right? The idea of a soul. And again, whatever you believe, I think you can appreciate, even if you disagree with me, that people do have this conversation.